Please make sure you take all your personal belongings with you.
You know, the big change out of this has been a digital revolution over here, though. So, in some ways,
thank you for travelling with LNER.
It's interesting, actually, in lots of ways. Very, very, very different world. Which is not necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. Yeah. Yes, it's definitely a smaller world in some ways. You can reach out a lot more. It's an interesting thing. That's exactly what it is, mate. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean, there's lots of things that, you know, like, I think it's easy to focus on, say, the epidemic. There's lots of different issues actually out there that are underneath the surface, and I think people are focusing on this and sort of umming and ahhing a lot. Like, when I look at New Zealand, I mean, the runaway house prices, you know, it's an interesting thing to look at, you know. So it depends what you call an epidemic. I mean, you could call that an epidemic if you wanted, in a way. I mean, it depends what you like. It doesn't seem fair to a lot of people that that's happening, especially in New Zealand. New Zealand's always stood for principles, I thought, in a way. It's a really interesting dynamic for stuff like that to happen. So it really depends on what you're looking at, I think. Oh, that's... Yeah, I'm not... It doesn't... None of the underlying things to me matter. I think what I find interesting is that the divide between inequality is only getting bigger. So I don't think... You can't argue with that, you know. You can say what you want about, you know, people's wages or the standard of living or whatever it is, but progressively the Māori own less and less land. I mean, that's just a fact. Well, it's almost a form of racism, and I'm about to come out with a big song actually about it all. It's going to be an interesting social experiment for me. I'm looking forward to it.
Can't you get off your fucking phone? Get off your phone, you stop fucking stalking all the fucking time. Typical Aussie, fucking arrogant, fucking wanker. Beat it, son. Go. Fucking hell.
Oh. Five minutes, for fuck's sake. Perfect. Dundee.